Due to the current safer-at-home restrictions, all classes and, more importantly, podcast recordings at Hamilton High School have been canceled. In lieu of new episodes, the teachers have decided to release previously recorded episodes from their tenure at Cancun in the early 2000s, which coincidentally crossed over with MTV's Spring Break. Please enjoy these episodes from the vault, stay healthy, and stay flippy.
Glasses out and the coffee's on. I got a couple things on my chest. Yeah, I got to get up. So cut me some slack. Pour me a cup of that show. Welcome to the Teacher's Lounge, baby. Let's start the show.
What do you guys do when you stub your toe? Do you freak? Do you silently kind of scream through a muffled thing? What do you do?
I mean,
God help the nearest person to me if I stub my toe.
I always blame it on somebody.
I take it out on them.
I tripped on the street the other day. And I, you know how like when you trip and you turn around and you go, Jesus, that crease in the concrete.
you blame somebody.
You blame it.
Yeah, you blame it on something that's not you because
I had a whole
stupid.
Portion of this sidewalk excavated.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so you went big. You went to the city council.
Yes,
litigious.
I
Big
did it
litigation.
by the books. And
you sent that record now to everyone who saw you trip, so they know that the city has dealt with it and it was not your fault.
It took me a solid 7 days and a small detective crew to trace even people sitting at a nearby patio cafe who said we didn't even see it.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, I know you saw it. Thanks for trying to make me feel better, but this is more humiliating.
I mean, that's happened to me constantly, or I've been humiliated. I've had to stop even caring about it. I honestly, from now on, if I humiliate myself in public, I just have to let it go because I've wasted too much of my life worrying about it.
Do you normally go down on small creases? What's your typical public fall or humiliate?
I mean, the other day,
I don't know that Howard's going down on anything, Bill.
Okay, come on.
Yeah, even on spring break, Howard is dry.
Okay, well, I've gone down on a few things in my day.
Things?
Well,
I think,
hang on. No, don't let that hang in the air. We're not letting that hang in the air. I don't practice cunnilingus on stuff. Okay? I've never tried to eat out stuff.
you always
it's
say
clear
you
that
were
you do.
thirsty and you were like, I'm just going to go down on this water fountain real quick. And we were like, don't say it like that.
Well, this actual physical act, it was a kid's one. It was a little kid's water fountain, one of those ones that's only about 1.5 feet off the ground. I had to go down to it. I'm not gonna. How do you say it?
But then when we were playing baseball that day out on the diamond, you were like, God, I need a drink. I'm going to go down on this hose real quick.
Well, again, hose close to the ground. It's a height thing.
But what
right?
about the act? I mean, we all saw what you did.
How do you guys drink out of a hose?
You were licking that
You hold
hose
it with
from,
2 fingers
from spigot to head.
Yeah.
Don't act it out, Howard. Do
What?
not act it out in
What do
front
you
of me.
mean?
Howard, stop it. You're giving cunnilingus right now to an air hose.
I'm sorry I brought this up, honestly. This is on me, and I apologize.
There's nothing weird about this.
Hey, you know what? You know what this is? This is spring break taking a hold of you.
Here's what I will
Yeah.
co-sign on. You eating out a 7-layer dip.
Well,
I will say that did look correct.
That felt fully fine to me.
Well,
I mean,
here's
we
my thing.
all
And
ate
here's-
out that dip.
Here's my thing. If you don't provide chips with your dip, it's going to get ate out.
That is a rule. That is your
and
rule.
hey, we're in Mexico here. Where the hell are the chips is what I'm asking.
I've been wondering that too. I haven't seen a single chip since we got here. Where are the chips?
It feels to me like it's personal. That they're
Are
like,
chips American?
Hey, Mexico, where are the chips? Where are the chips? And this seems like a very America-centric complaint. You know, we boil down an entire country to a thing you get before the meal.
Yeah.
But where are the damn chips?
It's a good question because it's a stereotype. Even they give too many chips with their food.
Well, I've burnt my last finger on the queso. I'm done. You cannot serve me hot, bubbling queso and no chips.
Do you think it's possible that the whole country got together and said, "Hey, we're not going to give these guys chips"? Because
I don't know.
It feels like a conspiracy.
Well, they
at
did
this
it
point.
to us at Olive Garden with the breadsticks.
Yeah, this wouldn't be the first time we've been boycotted off of freebies.
Yeah, islands, and the bottomless French fries.
I got kicked out
Lollipops at the bank.
Lollipops at our pediatrician.
It's a lot of lollipops that we've been cut off from, if we're really being honest.
Well, you did go down on that lollipop, and it was a little bit rude.
What?
Now, Sam, I saw you, speaking of tripping, I saw you trip, but it looked like it's more of an issue with how you tie your shoelaces together.
Yeah, I tie them together. Yeah, I tie them together because I'll tell you what, down here, I have been losing stuff left and right. Left and right, I've been losing stuff, so I got to tie everything down.
Well,
I was walking around one day, and one of the shoelaces just flew right off, and then you got one tightly tied shoe, you got one loosely tied shoe, then the loosely tied shoe comes off, then you're walking in circles. It's unbelievable. So
Wait,
I
why
tied
are you
my
walking
shoes
in
together.
circles?
Because you
slight
got
height
one
difference.
long leg and one. I wear tall shoes. So when I'm missing my 4 inches on one leg, it does sort of. I wear.
your
You wear
right leg is 2
corrective
inches.
shoes for people that have one leg shorter than the other, but you wear them on both feet.
That's right. Well, once I found out you could make these things, but anybody could wear them, I said, sure, I'll take the height.
Wow. I
So
didn't know
I'm
that.
walking around Mexico at a 4.5 tilted, and it's getting a lot of looks.
And so we all know you're a little shorter, so that means you're on 1.5 foot of a lift?
That's right. I'm
Because
on a
you're
1.5
4'10"?
That's right.
You were at the
everybody
circus
knows
the other day, and the audience turned to you.
No, they turned to the guy right behind me. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty
So
sure
it
it was the guy
wasn't
right
like they
behind
were
me.
like, "Wow, look at this guy on stilts."
No, I think they were like, look at that guy's shirt. Mickey Mouse? What?
But then, I mean, and I don't know, it might have been that, but why did they start to try to feed you peanuts?
I don't know. I don't think it's that they think I look like a lopsided elephant. I don't think that's what's going on. I did get prodded and someone held a tiny stool up to my face. I'll tell you what, if you don't want to be confused, don't go to the circus because they will make you feel like you're every animal.
At one point, a big group of people showed up and tried to save you.
Yeah, absolutely. The ASPCA showed up and I said, I'm not a dog. And it turns out they support all animals.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought the
So-
ASPCA was specifically for cute dogs.
No, they got elephants in the pound. They have tigers in the pound.
Wow.
They have
The
every.
pound.
Yeah, absolutely.
They have elephants in the pound.
Yeah, they're caged up. There's a bigger cage.
I might need to adopt an elephant. I would love the company.
Todd, you don't need
We
it.
all know
you
you
don't
need the
it.
emotional support.
But you can't. I don't think you can handle it, Todd. An elephant's a big responsibility.
It's
I
fine.
adopted an elephant once, and it had something in its past. It was afraid of women, and it would freak out at constantly. Any woman with like a kind of a little bowl cut.
Yeah, like a specific. Its last owner was a woman with a bowl cut, apparently.
I think its last owner was Kate Goslin,
Wow.
and it would freak out in southern knick-knack stores.
Now that's interesting. And also, I heard that your elephant, particularly whenever you had 8 or more friends over, really freaked the hell out.
Yes, it had been shown the real world.
I thought it was
younger.
John and Kate plus 8. I thought it was Kate Goslin's show that had,
Oh,
that
see,
had a
I
problem.
jumped away from a thing that I set up.
Well, I'll tell you, I wish you had told me about that elephant because I think there's no one I could relate to more than a big animal that is afraid of women. I think that we would have gotten along so well. And you know when a mouse walks into the room, you know what I'm doing.
But you hop up very high.
You get
And
on
you
all
drink through
fours.
your nose.
You get on all fours, breathe through your nose, and look for the nearest peanut. We know exactly what you do when a mouse comes in.
Well, fellas, should we start? I don't know what we're calling it. Are we going to call it a?
I think we decided. Did we
radio
land on the
show?
Howard Stern radio play?
What were the stats last week for our Howard Stern radio show?
Well, I got at least 40 from blasting it out of my Wrangler driving around town.
You passed by 40 people? Is that how you're gauging that?
I drove near 40 people for the
okay.
whole episode.
Good.
So-
Well, I of course sent it around on. So I made little discs with it on there, and I sent it around.
Mini disc.
Haven't heard it. Yeah, hadn't heard anything back yet.
I want to introduce the episode, but Howard, we should talk about your live journal has gotten very interesting.
Really?
And you're sharing the podcast on it, but you're also sharing a lot of really private thoughts.
How do you know about my private live journal?
Howard's private live
I
journal?
have it set to private, don't I?
No, it's called Howard's private live journal, but you're posting
Right.
to the internet.
But if you put private in the title, it automatically does the settings. I can't figure settings out, so
No,
I
this
thought
is
I'd.
very public.
It's
and
public.
It's
Oh no!
yeah, I read your post last week, my first big experience.
Wow.
Yeah, I think your private live journal ended up on the what not to do disc that AOL sends out.
Really?
Yeah, it's kind of a
Okay.
cautionary tale for put out by one of the biggest corporations in the world.
Okay. Well, then I just like to take this opportunity to say I was joking. That's where I write all my jokes.
I thought it was a very nice take on modern virginity.
I think it was a parody. I'm writing it as a parody. It's satire.
I'll tell you, Howard, if we find out that your life's a parody, it all of a sudden makes perfect sense to me. Because your life done in serious is a brutal tale.
You're either the saddest guy, guy I know, or the funniest guy I know. You're either a genius parody satirist, or
Yeah.
you're just a sad regular guy.
It does feel a little bit like the Wayans got a hold of your life.
Oh, that's interesting. Well, okay. Then that's what we're going to go with from now on. Everything in my whole life is a parody. Everything I do, I've made the choice to do it. It's not because that's who I am or how sad I am or anything like that. It's because I am funny. I'm
Have
funny.
you guys seen that new Wayans movie, by the way? Scary movie.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Pretty funny. It's pretty
It's
I
funny.
really
snuck
funny.
into it the other night,
Uh-huh.
and it blew me away.
Me too.
I
feel
don't
like
know
that's
what
going to
the
be
source material is. I don't know what they're basing this thing on.
Right.
But god damn.
That's funny.
It seemed like people in the theater knew the archetypes. And I was just like, what the heck is all this funny stuff?
And you saw it in Spanish too, right?
yes.
Yeah.
But you don't need to know what they're saying. It's all physical. You can watch it with the sound off.
It's a
Now,
very
Like,
visual movie.
uh-oh, that girl had bats in her bush.
Funny.
That's funny in any language.
Bill, I know you've been making an attempt to learn Spanish. Has any of that stuck, or are you still just stuck on baño?
Well, I learned it. I don't know if I'm necessarily making an attempt. I'm doing it out of mandatory people being like, this is the kitchen. You don't go to the bathroom in here. So I'm finding out baño. I have to go to the bathroom. I'm looking for baño.
You know that baño and cocina, one is bathroom and one's kitchen, because you're being told that it's not one thing and it is the other, but you can't figure out which is which.
I cannot.
Well, because they always use both words together. This is not the baño. This is the cucina. And you're like, I'm hearing both. Do I poop?
I know. I made 12 pancakes in the bathroom the other night.
How were they?
Hey,
they
me
boiled?
too, my man.
Ah, no. Awful. Todd, come on.
Gross.
Todd, you got to get rid of that parasite.
I think we are in 2.5 months. We are legally married for having been together for 7 years.
Oh, my
So
God.
I'm hoping to work it out.
I heard your parasite is about done with your snoring and is packing up her stuff.
My parasite recorded me snoring, and I thought that was so petty.
Oh, that's so embarrassing.
Here's what she's mad about, is I don't actually snore when I sleep. I snore when I'm awake to get myself to fall asleep, and I have insomnia.
You're trying to trick yourself. You're like, if I pretend to be
asleep.
snoring for long enough, my body will think I'm sleeping.
Absolutely. So it's, I have insomnia, so it's sometimes 9 to 15 hour night of me just going
Awake.
wide awake, eyes open, watching TV.
Must be really annoying. I do have to say, though, for a parasite, pretty needy.
Absolutely.
Come on, you're
codependent.
already eating everything off my body. Do you also need to control my behavior?
The parasite has told me I need to shape up my diet or it's leaving.
Well, then, there you go. There's your solution.
Pack up and leave.
I can't lose it. What do you mean? That's not my solution.
I saw your parasite waiting for the bus the other day.
No.
Did they come back?
Truly the first parasite to say, you know what? I don't need this host.
Well, it's so ironic because societally, it's on my driver's license. I am legally a parasite. So for me to have my own now, it's a tables turning situation.
Right. You're a
and I
father.
Yeah, I'm
Or a husband, or however you look at it.
The two are the same.
You're an old man, and you're everything that encapsulates.
Yeah, but Bill saw it going on the bus the other day. It told me it was going out for a pack of cigarettes. And I haven't seen it since.
This is kind of funny because I don't know. I don't know if this is connected, but last week I did lose 5 pounds pretty rapidly.
Oh my god!
Cheating.
I'm not
cheating scandal.
I don't know. I don't know if I have a parasite, but I have been eating mostly fried foods and losing a lot of weight. So
Your parasite talked to me at the barbecue for way too long the other day. And I was like, what's going on here? And the parasite offered to walk me to my car.
I saw a couple of those arm shoulder touches too.
Well, guys, we can't just sit here and talk aimlessly for an hour. Like we wanted to turn this into like something that really gives people a reason to listen, right? So why don't we start the actual show? Which I guess since we all are teachers, it's the
You
teachers'
worked on
lounge,
the
obviously.
intro this week,
I did.
right? I saw you rehearsing.
Yeah, I did. So here we go, everybody.
Let's hear that rehearsal.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, thank you so much for listening to the teachers.
I'm at the circus! The circus!
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Triggered.
No!
I didn't mean to. I heard it at the circus
in
and
the
I thought it
water.
was a really good intro. I didn't mean to trigger you or anything. I'm sorry.
I'm
Sam.
sorry.
All right, Sam's freaking out. We got to dip him in the water again to reset him.
Put me in the water.
Comforts him.
Salt.
All right, let's get you an Epsom bath, and you'll just do the rest of the episode from the Epsom bath.
Okay. No, I'm
Well,
okay.
anyway,
Thank you.
this is a podcast where 4 buddies who are also teachers chat about everything from teaching to their lives. So everybody, welcome. I, of course, am Howard Levis. I am a real sweet fella, real good guy, smart, and the kind of guy you want to hang out with. Thanks for listening.
That was verbatim your dating profile video.
What do you mean? My video dating profile? The
exactly what I
VHS
mean.
dating thing?
The confusion is on your end, my man. That was literally, you just copied your dating profile and put it into our show.
Well, I thought it was a good intro. The lady who did it, who shot it and does the service, said it was really good. It made me seem friendly.
Why don't I just show you what a real intro is like?
Okay, I'd love to, Sam.
Folks, welcome back to the Teacher's Lounge. My name is Sam Weatherman. I like long walks on the beach, cooking Italian food, and back up because I need my space sometimes.
Wait, but now that sounded just like a dating profile as well.
What?
That sounded exactly like the little videos, compilation videos. You'll see them. You've seen them before, where people put all these men. They introduce themselves, and a woman picks, and then they call the service.
I've
and they
never
get
seen
a
one
first
of those.
date
I was
set
shooting
up.
from the hip.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, right. Sam.
So you wanted our listeners to know that you like long walks on the beach and back up because you need your space sometimes?
Yeah, it's a big deal when you're in Mexico and you run a duck boat service. I need space to back up, and I'm always on the beach, baby.
Now, we should clarify that the service you run is called Duck, Boat, and it's a boat that's out of control that people need to get out of the way of.
Yes, I say duck boat because it confuses people with the other successful amphibious tours.
And they need to do more than duck. They need to swim 6 or 7 feet down.
Right. It should be called duck dive, get out of the way, we're out of control.
It's one of the deepest rudders I've ever seen.
Well, we really want to know where we're going.
Yeah.
Once we get in the water, we want to be able to finally control ourselves because on land, it doesn't work.
I think it's really going to help you. I mean, Sam, I think your hustle is undeniable here that you want to enter the tourism industry here in Cancun, but you've yet to have been given a license. And I think it's because you're skimping on the mode of transportation.
What do you mean?
You need
what
to
does
get
that mean, Bill?
a car that has a bottom or a boat that does it only go not 0 miles an hour or 60 straight ahead.
Right. Well, our sort of hook or catch is you've seen an amphibious tour. You've seen these car boats that work both on land and in water. What's the next most extreme thing you could do? Go on a tour where it doesn't work on land or on water. Non-phibious. You know what I mean?
Non-phibious.
This is a non-phibious tour where on land you have to push with your feet because there's a hole in the bottom, but that's part of the workout because it's extreme as well. And on water, you have to both swim and push, be the rudder, but you also have to hold up the boat because it's a heavy metal hull. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of extreme workout there as well.
I think we could take your ticket sales as a judge of whether or not this is a good idea, Sam. Have you made any money in the past week?
What do
That's
you
not how you
consider
judge things.
money?
What do I consider money? Pesos.
Okay, well then no. I haven't
Okay.
made any pesos.
Sam, what would you consider money?
Love, I guess.
So have you made any money in the past week?
No.
How are
No.
you? Are you having any repeat customers, or how are you even getting somebody to make the first mistake? Do you hang out near the cruise lines? What do you do?
Yes, I
First
hang out right
mistake.
in the same. I hang out in the cruise lines, and when the cruises are all full, these people came for a water adventure, you know. And if the cruises are full, there's spillover, and I'm a big spillover business guy.
You sure are. Yeah, you're a big spillover board business right now.
That's right. Nobody has made it from the beginning to the end of my tour without falling off the boat.
Now, we should announce this. This is kind of exciting. You have made an exclusive deal with the Grim Reaper, right?
That's right. That's right. Your first death is free, and the second one they charge you, but it's a good deal.
Now, how
Who's
did you
they?
get in? Yeah, how did you start doing business with the Grim Reaper? It's not typically somebody who.
No, this is my new ad. I did a deal with the Grim Reaper.
Oh.
Your first death is free. You're not going to have to pay for this one. It's a good deal.
Oh, are
You
doing
met the Grim Reaper at an LFO concert, right?
That's right. That's right. We're both big fans. We both love Abercrombie and Fitch. And
So, did the Grim Reaper come down here for spring break?
I think he came down because he heard about my business and he knew that it would be sort of an easy roundup for him.
I see.
You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't like to work hard either. He's already got to carry around the big sickle.
So his job is typically coaxing people to the afterlife, but with you, it's much easier and he can take a load off.
Yeah, well, it's sort of like going to Costco. You know what I mean? You just buying in bulk. He doesn't want to have to do 10 little transactions. He'll just do a big round 'em up after, I hit a bunch of people on the beach.
Yeah, Grim is actually very fun.
Oh, Grim
we
is
hung
a
out with
blast.
the other night when we went out with Grim. I mean, I had a blast.
I had a nice time. I wish you guys had been a little bit better friends to me because I thought the whole night he was Grimace and I made a fool of myself. I asked him a lot of embarrassing questions.
Well, Todd, you don't need to. If the joke question doesn't work once, don't try it 20 times.
Yeah, if someone doesn't need to tell you to shut up for you to take the note. He, as many times as he just went and turned away, you probably should have taken the note from Grim was trying to be nice to you.
And you said, "Why aren't you purple?" Is that what you said?
I asked him what Ronald was like. I asked, "Why aren't you purple?" I said, "You looking a little thin." I guess the camera does add 10 pounds.
You said he should, when we were having dinner, you said you should call your buddy. I shouldn't eat this burger. I wish somebody would steal it from me.
Yes, I was trying to meet the Hamburglar.
Yeah.
Now, in hindsight, it was really annoying at the time, but in hindsight, it makes a lot of sense.
It does.
But yeah, he likes to party. Grim likes to party.
He does, and he can get you in anywhere. I mean, we had a couple of issues at the door, and I don't know if you noticed it, but those bouncers were not a problem for long.
No, yeah. They
You
dropped
give them a
dead.
little tap on the shoulder, and you're
Yeah.
right in the door.
That's
I
right.
thought that their deaths were too chaotic for me. I didn't need that in the middle of my night. I didn't need to see.
Right.
a man-
It was almost like a finish him on Mortal
Yes.
Kombat.
Yes.
Yeah, what's up with Grim Reaper, like, turning and putting out his hands like, yeah, y'all like that? We
Yeah.
don't like to see people murdered.
He
Grim.
ripped a man's spine out, connected to his head. He did an uppercut into the guy's chin, grabbed his head, and ripped his head off. His spine came out of his body, and it looked like a little fish. It looked like a little fish that he was waving around, and then he put it in his knapsack, and then he walked away like nothing had happened. It was gross.
Can you guys remind me why we can see Grim? Because typically he is invisible, correct?
Well, I saw I met a lady on the beach who said I had a weird energy about me, and she said your experience of life is probably much different than other people's experiences of life, and I didn't think anything weird about that because yeah, of course we all have different experiences. You know, my life is very different than your guys's, but I'm starting to think maybe she was sort of delivering a prophecy of some sort.
Yeah.
And letting
He
us
sounds clairvoyant.
maybe letting me know that I have some sort of connection with the afterlife that may, make it easy for me to access that.
Oh, that's cool. You should do the thing where people pay you money to talk to their dead loved ones.
Oh,
You should get rich.
It's interesting you should say that because I after this lady, I tried to bring her to Springer with me because I was like, oh, this lady's for sure gonna get us in. I'll say this lady's a psychic. She's my friend. I'm her manager. We'll get in. Whatever. Didn't work out. I ended up having to spend the afternoon with Steve Wilkos, which from
Jerry Springer's body man.
famous body man.
Body
And
double?
yeah, well, no, he's the guy who throws people off the stage if they're getting rowdy or like keeps people
Jerry
from.
Springer's body double is Harry Springer.
Yes, Harry Springer.
Well, he's not a good body double. He looks a lot different.
And let's just say we know how he looks different.
Yeah.
He's pretty hairy.
Yeah, clear.
Yeah, and it
They
is
call
what
him
you're thinking,
werewolf.
H-A-I-R-Y Springer.
They should call
Yes.
him Werewolf Springer.
They should. Well, he does howl anytime it's not the father.
Well,
That's right. It's a dead giveaway when it's Jerry hosting and when it's Harry hosting because of the howling when it's not the father.
Well,
Yeah.
and they have to throw meat up there to him.
That's the real giveaway. Is when the stage is covered in raw meat. You know,
You would
that it's
think
Harry.
Jerry Springer would have an easier time finding a body double that looked like him. I guess he
Well-
just liked the name sound.
they really are trying to get his other double, Rumspringer, to come, but he won't leave Pennsylvania.
Right. Right. Which is silly because his name implies that he's definitely going to leave
It implies
Pennsylvania.
that's all he's going to do.
And he would be fun and crazy when he finally made it, but he's not leaving. He's not the real Rumspringer.
Not yet.
right.
I think he has to wait until he's 21 or something. But anyway, so I ended up spending the afternoon with Will.
There's Fairy Springer.
So you, Wilkos, and Clairvoyant.
Yeah. Me. And
What did
honestly,
she say about Wilkos?
She said, "I see a lot of potential in your future," and I was like, "No,
He can't have a
In
spin-off.
Wilkos?
no way, this guy will get a spinoff that'll
No.
go into the similar slot to Springer because he's not the personality."
No,
I
he
said-
looks like he's made of clay.
Yeah. Oh, and let me tell you,
Yeah.
he might as well be.
And he went on to Clay boxing match.
Yeah,
What's
he
that?
did Celebrity Deathmatch
Celebrity
as
Deathmatch,
himself.
Yeah, he didn't even have to do a puppet.
No, wait. But he went on clay boxing match, right? He
Yes,
didn't
that's
go
what
on
he went
Celebrity
on.
Death Match,
He went on Clay boxing match.
which is slightly off-brand and on VH1, I think.
Yeah. But anyway, I actually ended up spending some good time with Wilkos, and he and I'd say we're friends.
Cool.
He told me I can come back anytime, but I have to stay outside.
Well, that's
the
huge.
studio.
That's one step closer to Springer for you. What did he say? Did he say that Springer's changed? He's different behind the scenes. What's going on?
So far he said, listen, if you want to meet Springer, you have to complete my 3 challenges. And I was like, what?
He's
the hell
like a troll.
Wilkos apparently is a Springer troll. And he said you have to complete my 3 challenges, and then you'll finally be able to meet Springer. And I said, bring it on. I love a challenge. I'm good at this kind of stuff. I'm smart. This isn't going to be difficult for me. But then he told me it wasn't going to be a riddle. It wasn't going to be anything like that.
He doesn't speak in rhyme or anything? So
No.
he's a full troll, does the 3 riddles, but nothing is in rhyme?
Yeah. And he kind of just talks like this. He's like, come on, man. Come on. You got to do the 3 things. If you want to meet Springer, you got to do the 3 things. And I'm just like, I'll do them, man. Turns out these things are going to be very hard for me to do. They'd be very easy for an 18-year-old spring breaker to do. But for me, an adult man in Cancun, it's not going to be easy. First thing I got to do is, he said, I have to complete a power hour. And I was like, what the hell does that mean? And he says to me, that's you got to, for an entire hour, every 30 minutes, or every 30 seconds, you got to take a drink. And I was like, that's too much alcohol for me.
Yeah.
That's what you guys know what happens when I drink alcohol.
You become your real self.
Okay, hey. No, that's not.
Yeah, the truth comes out. The stuff that you always try to bottle
You
up.
start furiously writing on the computer
We read your manifesto.
in your journal.
You mouth
guys got-
along Savage Garden lyrics with a little tear streaming down your eye.
You guys got to pretend that you haven't read my live journal from now on. Forget that information. Okay,
That's an unforgettable live journal.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, anyway, I've scheduled this week. I scheduled a power hour. So I'm going to try to get this first task done. It's power hour. I got these 3 kids who came out here from Arizona State. They were like, it's totally chill, man. So I'm going to go to their rental cottage and we're going to do a power hour. So we'll see how it turns out. I'm well on my way to meeting Springer. I just got to complete the 3 challenges. First one, power hour.
That's awesome. I
Look-
really hope you meet Springer. It's such a dream for you.
I know.
And I think, listen, even if you don't get to meet him through proper channels, we're going down to his show. We're
I would
showing
lo-
up.
If I could get a ticket to Springer Break, everything would be different. Everything
Howard,
would be different.
As your friend, let me promise you this. You're going to meet Springer even if I have to kidnap him, okay? It's going to happen. That's the worst case scenario, but
Yeah.
if I have to kidnap Springer, I'm willing to. I'm armed and dangerous according to the U.S. government, and I got you, baby.
You know
I
what, Todd?
appreciate that,
Normally I
Todd.
think you're absolutely crazy, but I got your full back. I'll drive Getaway on this thing.
Now, Todd, you went down to the open calls for it's kind of a mini real world that takes place over the course of the spring break.
It's like a one-off episode of Spring Break. They put 4 people together and just have them go wild on Spring Break. So I went to the open calls, had to fudge some information because they were looking for college students 18 to 24. Obviously
Well out of your range.
failed out of college, and I could pull the look 18 to 24, but I can't get a fake ID quickly enough.
But
Right.
we did a lot of makeup for you. I thought you pulled it off, and you got through the first round. Is that correct?
I got through the first round because, they found me to be very fascinating. They liked my monologue, which I guess not a lot of people did monologues for their tryouts. Nobody, they said. And they're even filming the tryouts and the auditions for a behind-the-scenes documentary. So I'm pretty excited
Wow.
for all this.
Does it feel like they're filming everybody for the behind-the-scenes documentary?
I haven't seen cameras on anybody else really, and it's an unprofessional crew. I'll say that. There's a lot of snickering going on.
Ashton is there?
Who's that?
Have you seen any famous people or any have you seen an easy up that is constructed just outside of the building that you're in that seems to have a lot of electrical?
Everywhere I am. There's an easy up. Every
What
time
about
I'm
the
in a
lighting in all the
restaurant,
rooms
it is
that you're in?
empty
Yeah.
except for me and one other person.
And what's the lighting like in there? Is it big, bright?
Bright lighting, blown.
Yeah,
everything's
brightest
blown out.
restaurant you've ever been in?
Well,
2
you know
tables?
me, lighting wise, I don't have great eyes, so I'm an echolocator for the most
Yes.
part. But I can tell it's a little bright, it's a little blown out, and I'm seeing like the same kind of like rednecky white dude a lot. He was
you-
like my waiter and my driver.
Are
Dax?
you seeing any yellow signs taped to phone poles that kind of indicate people where set is? They usually have the title of the project on there. Because I've been seeing.
I think the project is called like Project Underground, nice, cool with a K dude. I think that's what they're calling the show. Because
Todd, you're on
PUNKD, Project Underground, nice, cool
Todd, you're
dude.
on Punked. You're on the
no.
show Punked.
Todd,
I think
you've been
it's
punked in Mexico
Long-term
many
punked.
times.
You're being punked in Mexico. You're on the show Punked.
There's no. What are the odds that I'm getting punked for the 15th time in Mexico? It's just not possible.
I think
Well,
they
I don't-
realize that you're the easiest mark in the world, and they just keep coming back to the well because they're out of ideas.
Is Punked officially on MTV, or are they down here testing? Are they testing pranks for celebrities? Do you feel like you're being used multiple times?
You
and
think
made
I
to-
may be a prank guinea pig? It would.
Because people have been hassling you at grocery stores and stuff too. They've been seeing how long it takes you to boil over.
Yeah. And then at the end they say this is the part where we would give you $100 if you didn't freak out.
Right.
But I am
The other
freaking
day
out.
you were studying. I saw you with a lot of pictures of Frankie Muniz, and you were like, "I need to be him today. I'm going to get pranked."
Yeah. And that's what they tell me. And now that we're piecing it all together, come in, act like Frankie Muniz. We're going to pretend prank you for these practice episodes of Punked. It does sound like what you guys are saying is right. But first of all, my Muniz is great.
What did you learn from studying all those pictures? To make your Muniz so great, what did you learn by studying those pictures?
Well, a lot of actors will say they watch old footage of somebody, they get their mannerisms and stuff like that. For me, human essence is in the photo. So Muniz will smile if it's a smiley picture, but he'll look kind of serious if it's a less serious one. And obviously, we don't have like the internet on our phones or anything. Right. I can't just get pictures of them really quickly. So I got to take photos of them a lot of the time. So a lot of the pictures are blurry. So my performance is pretty blurry of him. A lot of them are like a hand up of a security guard, and I have to assume what he looks like behind it.
Right. That's tough.
But yeah, I think what you guys are saying is possible, but I think what's actually happening is they're doing a behind-the-scenes documentary on me for the Real World show that I'm going to be on.
A Real World show where there's only 4 people, you said before? And it only happens during spring break.
What's more likely, that I'm going to star on this show or that they're using me as a pretend celebrity to try pranks out on?
I guess if I'm really thinking about it, neither one seems plausible.
Well,
but I guess
I have an idea. I did see, and maybe this will stick, maybe it won't, but I did see a lot of times with documentaries or things like this that are tests, the person they're filming ends up being more interesting than they initially thought. And it kind of comes.
That's interesting.
It becomes a bigger project, because I did see the signs changing. It did say punked tests, and then eventually
It straight up said
it's
punked
just started.
tests. And so the signs say punked tests.
But I do think it's Project Underground, nice, cool dude.
Yeah, but eventually they
test.
just started changing, and they just said "ugly old man." And it makes me
my
think there's a new untitled documentary.
That makes me think it must be about Todd.
Is that something?
Why?
Well, I don't know. Just
Why would
when
a
Bill-
documentary called Ugly Old Man be about me?
Just because
Todd,
of the
be honest with
switch.
yourself.
Yeah.
Well,
Look yourself in the mirror and tell me you think you're a handsome young man.
now here's an issue. I don't know if you guys have had this lately. My reflection's not showing up in mirrors anymore.
Oh, we need to speak to Clairvoyant about this. Or did you just get rid of every mirror because they were devastating?
I think it was the latter. Yeah, I think it's.
So you're looking at the wall and saying, "Huh? Guess it doesn't work."
Yeah. Well, no, it's. I think it was the latter. I'm looking at the latter.
Well, that painting.
Good.
That painting of Brad Pitt above your sink in your bathroom. It doesn't fool anyone.
No.
Yeah.
We know
You
it's
don't think
Brad
when I
Pitt.
bring people into my bathroom and I go, "Hey, look at what I look like." You stand over here and look in the mirror. Look at what I look like.
No.
I don't think it works, Todd. I don't think
And
anybody really thinks it's
as you
true.
move, you try to swivel the painting to make it work, and we're not buying it.
Yeah.
Okay, well maybe I need to touch up the painting a little more.
I don't
You're hearing the
know. I
wrong
also
thing.
think it's dangerous too that you've done this. I won't suggest you've done this to your cars. There's paintings of George Clooney in the rearview mirrors in your car, which is dangerous because you can't see behind you.
Well, I tell you, I've been pulled over a lot of times in my life recently, well, forever. And you can get off. Cops will not give George Clooney a ticket. They want an autograph. So when a cop pulls me over, I go, "Hey, check out that rearview mirror. Who do you think you're talking to?"
But yeah, then you have to make the cop get into your seat so that he can see the angle that you see George Clooney at.
The whole interaction is tough because it's like, he says, "Step out of the car, sir." And I go, "Why don't you step into the car, sir?"
Well, I mean, I think you just need to pick a reflection, Todd.
Yeah.
What? Clooney in the bathroom or Clooney in the car? Pitt in the streets? Pitt, let's go with Pitt in the bathroom, Clooney in the streets.
I'm a Pitt in the bathroom and I'm a Clooney in the streets. That is a pretty nice little line, Todd. Even
And
though
you've
you should
used
stop
it.
doing the painting thing, you might keep that line.
Well, Todd,
Yeah.
a lot of times, I know it can feel tough when a camera crew comes to your house and they say, "Sound speeds on ugly old man." But a lot
Director
of times,
Spike Jones.
Well, that's
They
cool.
can-
A
a lot
huge.
of times,
It's true.
these can be just the thing that propels you.
A lot of famous actors got famous off of a documentary about how they were ugly and old.
Marlon Brando.
Brando.
Yeah. He got famous off the documentary that they made about Apocalypse Now.
That's right. Hearts of Darkness was what made Brando blow up. And
Yeah.
then people started going back and going, "Oh, this other crap is not too bad. Look at him."
Really?
Yeah, because Hearts of Darkness made him look like such a good guy.
Yeah.
Well, why don't you use Spike Jones to help you get into some spring break stuff?
Well, he's
Yeah.
been following me around studying my dancing for a new music video, like my mannerisms and dancing. So I'm
Interesting.
excited for where that's going to go.
Also, he took some wardrobe from your closet for the same
Wardrobe
project,
from my
right?
closet for the same project. Yeah, he took a lot of wardrobe. So Spike Jones robbed me.
Well, this is kind of cool, though, because he's an artist. I mean, think about how in demand you are from an artist, kind of for the first
He's a
time.
great music video director. You know, have you seen the Foo Fighters Everlong music video?
Yeah.
That
Oh,
is
yeah.
directly based off of my right hand.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, because I've
Wow.
got that oversized right hand from the salt, the opposite of a deficiency. Now, this is a lot about me blowing up and my fame, my forthcoming fame. But we do have to say that, Bill, I mean, I think you're about to be the next big thing.
Well, that's very kind of you to say, Todd. And I mean, I will say that presenting Sunrique Iglesias with the Best Dad Award, if you remember last week, I had a huge trophy made that plays, well, when you put it on a level surface, it plays Balamos Part 2, which
Gotta
is
be
me
level.
humming the exact melody of Balamos, which I didn't finish. I pulled an all-nighter trying to finish Balamos Part 2.
That was from an all-nighter?
Well, the final product is from an all-nighter. You guys heard it. You were there when I presented it to Enrique's son, Sunrique, and his father was there. And what did you guys think of the reaction?
A Oh, well, first of all, it was harder than we all thought to find a level surface at the presentation. So there was a lot of buildup.
Yes, the inner ear. I found an old. I pulled an inner ear out of some old man.
Living?
I stole an old man's inner ear from an old folks' home.
What a heist.
I don't know what engineer told you that was the simplest way to do this, Bill. There are many other ways to figure out if something's level than taking a human inner ear and somehow engineering a way for that to transfer information to a trophy.
Well, you tried to do an Indiana Jones and take it real quick and replace it with something else?
Yes. I put a kidney stone in this. Well, there was
his or yours?
I went to do the heist and I realized I forgot the Skittle I was going to put in there. When I got to the old folks' home, I heard somebody screaming out a stone. So I grabbed it last minute and I replaced it.
Pea-covered stone, grabbed it, and you put it in a man's head.
God, you're so lucky that you could find something to replace the Skittle.
Have you guys seen this old man?
The Skittle was such a huge part of the plan. Then you lose the Skittle.
Well,
it's like, thank
I
God.
get halfway down to the old folks' home and I was like, fuck!
And don't tell me you ate the Skittle.
Well, I didn't forget it. It was a green one.
You absentmindedly threw it in your mouth?
Yes.
We all told you, do an orange. If you do an orange, you won't want to eat it on the way over.
And you're like, no, I hate oranges. I hate oranges. And we're like, that's the point.
I want to use my favorite
you're right,
flavor.
I should have left the house with that yummy ass green apple Skittle.
Too yummy.
On top of
That's
that,
just burning a hole in my pocket.
Yeah, well, you got to stop doing heists like this, my man. All of your little ploys and plans are always like.
Well, yeah, I
what
brought
do you
a
call
honey bun to put in front of the laser out in front of the old folks' home. you know,
High security old folks' home, by the way.
Iced honey buns.
Of course, no longer to be seen.
we
I
all
wanna know
told you
who
to
the
do one
hell-
of those coconut pink puffs. You don't like those.
Yeah, take an old.
At least
coconut
use
pink puff.
at least use a Star Crunch, the worst
I
of the
think-
little Debbies.
I think all of the energy I put into this inner ear heist is what kind of ruined the presentation to Enrique and kind of
you were exhausted.
It became lackluster, and he didn't really even the trophy was faulty. He could
because
barely
we
hear
didn't even-
Malamos Part 2.
We got halfway through your night. Obviously, that the first inner ear you got wasn't the one you ended up using because you ended up eating that on the way home.
Because unfortunately, inner ears are green, and you thought it was another lime green Skittle.
Well, yes, I got halfway there, and I was like, God damn, I got another one. And I crunched down on it, and I was like, oh, no, that ain't it.
The thing I love about you, Bill, is even when you're making a mistake, you're making it at full speed and full volume.
Full speed, full volume. But, yeah, I mean, I feel like I blew it with Enrique.
I am sorry to hear that.
He didn't really bite, you know? So I don't know how I'm going to get on Celebrity Dream Date.
Yeah. Have you
No.
tried just sort of talking to him, just sort of getting to know him? You know,
Well, the season's over now. The soccer
Sorry.
season's over.
Yeah,
And
we got.
I do have a couple other leads. Samantha Mumba. You remember her?
Don't need to remember her. She's famous right now.
She's famous right now.
Oh, she is?
I don't know.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Yeah, she sang one song. I think I could possibly have a shot with her.
No, she
Karen
ended up
Poppins,
singing.
of course.
There was a little drama because she ended up singing Mumba number 5, and Lou Bega got mad.
cease and desist.
Well, yeah, she got ousted from the lineup because of this Mumba number 5. And so I feel like that fell apart. I was thinking about sneaking my way into Carrot Top's act as a prop.
Thinking about it, you did it.
Well, I was able to disguise myself as a lower rack of a dishwasher.
And that's, of course, one of his famous props.
Well, so then he put a lamb on your head and said a rack of lamb, and everyone was like,
This isn't good. Everybody yelled in unison.
Yeah, I bombed as one of his props.
Ended up getting pretty booed up there because everyone was like, "Hey, man, your face looks too normal, and we need you to be more buff." And he was like, "Okay, fine, you'll see."
Yeah.
Oh, you think I'm weak? Yeah, Carrot Top left stage this week going, you think I'm weak? You think you can take me? You'll see in 2015.
Yeah, he screamed, "I'm moving to Vegas."
I've never heard of the chant, eyebrows look too real before.
It actually
But I'll
had a
tell you
nice
what,
ring
it
to
hit
it.
him hard.
Yeah.
It has been
Eyebrows
really
look
cool
too
with all
real.
the celebrities down here, don't you think? Because of spring break and all this spring break content, there's a lot of celebs. You know, I got confused for Eminem the other day.
Oh, really?
Apparently, we're both very sunburned, and now people can't tell what our faces look like.
I
anymore.
thought you meant that he asked you to get confused for him.
Huh?
You said you got confused for Eminem, and I
Like,
thought,
hey, can you get confused on my behalf?
Oh, yeah. No, that happens to me just for free.
Yeah.
I just get confused. That's
I mean, it literally just happened.
what are you talking about? You know what I mean? I don't know I'm talking about sunburns.
Yeah.
Because your hair does grow out white. It grows out bleached white.
Yes, yeah,
So
and
that's-
only out of the sides.
And out of the sides, which is
So
a
the
little-
top, I'm fully red all through the top, and then I have bright white coming out on the sides. My head, if you took a picture of it above my eyebrows, looks a little bit like the top half of a hot dog.
Well,
Sort
which
of
half
red
of the hot
skin.
dog is the top half?
Red skin in the middle, and then you got a little bun on either side of my hair.
Yeah, do you guys eat your hot dogs top or bottom first?
I go top because that's where all the condiments are, and then I eat the plain bottom second.
Yeah.
I load up with condiments, slice it in half, and eat the top, and then I eat the naked half second.
I hold it like a corn cob, and I eat the top with a bite of bun on both sides.
Oh, smart.
And then I've got just a strip of uncondimented bread at the bottom that I throw away.
Right. I used to see my mom used to eat it like a corn cob, but she would go all the way around in. So she would get all bun first, then all casing, then outer layer of meat, then what she would call the core of meat. We had a close relationship.
And I know it is good to have all these celebrities around, but I got to say this. If 311 bullies me one more time, I am going to lose my mind. I don't need to hear it from
to
them.
a very syncopated beat.
Yeah.
And they have a big problem with your energy?
Yeah. And I say, guys, take it out with my mama. If you got a problem with my energy, she's who made me. I'm not the person you need to bully. Okay. And I'm just sick of it. Okay. Their music's not even that good. I'll say it in public right now. I don't even like 311.
Whoa.
I don't even.
What color are they saying your energy is?
Ugly, right?
Ugly. Yeah.
Ugly
and
is the color
I say,
of your
try again.
energy.
Go back to the drawing board with that one. It's not very catchy, asshole.
I actually like that. Ugly is the color of your energy. That's
Don't
nice.
sing in front of them. They'll steal your ideas also.
And their DJ is giving you noogies, but it's as if he's scratching a record.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sick of it.
I mean, getting bullied by white rap rockers is definitely a bottom of the barrel way to live.
It's horrible.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got to
I'm
just get
telling
away
me.
from those guys.
It's hard. They
I
run
was
fast.
boogie boarding last week,
Of course.
and I've been getting into boogie boarding, and I took a real hard face first fall into the beach and into the surf, and the saltwater slammed my eyeballs so bad that it blacked out most of the whites in my eyes. And I actually was walking down the street pretty much fully blind, and the bassist from Limp Bizkit approached me and said, "Hey, cool eyes,
Wes Borland.
could I borrow
He's-
your look?"
Really?
No.
So I was quickly whisked or wheelchaired down because I couldn't see or anything. And I had a bunch of boogie boarding rash and blacked out eyes. And they started kind of like being like, okay, we'll do this. We'll
just try it. We'll try this.
So they used you as a model for a makeup artist.
Isn't that the second
style
time?
icon?
That's like
And
the
they
second time
love
this happened
my
to you this
long
week.
jorts.
Yeah, there's something about rockers in your style because obviously Marilyn Manson took your body type and outfit for the Dope Show music video.
Yes. he
Let's
did
not forget
that.
Buckethead.
Buckethead when I fell down in that KFC.
It's
Also,
crazy how like all of your accidents become
Yeah.
celebrity styles.
I mean, Chili Peppers did it with the socks on their dicks.
Yeah, that was when you were dealing with foot dick confusion, right?
Yeah, I was constantly going into Foot Locker and saying, give me size 3 inches.
And they said, it's fitting a little big.
We knew what you meant by size 3 inches, but this is too big for you.
Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, like, I feel like I maybe have gotten in with the Limp Bizkit guys.
That's awesome.
I mean, that's good. I guess it's good to have. I mean, that seems like that's your in to all these other celebrities. I mean, they're very well respected. People love them. Like they're getting all the opportunities.
Like the lead singer, he's possibly dating Christina Aguilera.
Wow. I mean, there you go, Bill.
That's huge.
There's kind of a triangle between him, Eminem, and Christina Aguilera.
Well,
God,
Kirsten
that makes
Daly.
me so jealous. Wouldn't it be so fun to hang out with them too?
Oh my God. Fred Durst and Christina Aguilera. What do you think they talk about?
I would just love to be
Such
a
interesting
third
stuff.
person at that table. Like,
Yeah.
so fascinating.
I think it could happen. I think it can happen while we're down here. I think we all
we're
might have
getting some footing.
Yeah.
right?
Well,
We all
you
might
guys
have-
should come with me.
We know
They're gonna
that's what
take
you
me
guys
and
like
like
to do.
dye my hair and go shop for hats and put me in big, huge skate shoes and see how I look.
Weren't they saying they didn't actually want to have a baby, but they wanted to see what their child together would look like? So they're kind of trying to
They're
make you
doing-
little baby Dursty Aguilera.
a little bit of her, a
Yeah,
little bit of
they've
him.
got me in. They put some long hair pieces in me, and they push me around in a stroller.
Now, is the belly button ring still infected?
Yes.
Of course.
Yes, it's in bad shape.
And what are you doing to fight it? Are you rubbing an ice cube on it? Are you
I'm
using
rubbing that
Bactine?
weird purple stuff they put on you in the hospital that dries up your umbilical cord.
Good.
I'm pretty much rubbing my whole body in that.
That
right,
sounds
well.
disgusting to me.
And I'm Todd Padre. Let's see. I'm Todd Padre.
Shoot, I think I have to go, you guys. I think I gotta go to the bathroom.
Oh yeah.
You do.
Yeah, sorry, Todd. I didn't mean to interrupt your thing there.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, we haven't fully figured out intros yet, but I thought we should
Right.
probably.
Yeah, we should
I-
probably do
I'll
that
say-
up top instead of tag it on the very end.
Yeah. I'll say, at the very least, doing the intro after an hour of talking is probably not going to work. So we'll get better at it. Let's just
Yeah.
how about this? Next time, we'll talk. We'll have a structure for the show. It'll be sort of like a little bit of gabbing at the top. We'll jump into it. We'll do actual formal intros. I'll write something. I'll write some kind of intro for the next
Great.
one. I'll write it down. I will
That's
write
good.
it down with words.
Let's lock it
Yeah.
down because these ones don't really feel. These last couple haven't really felt releasable. They felt more just like practice.
Oh,
Right.
No, we're putting these out for sure.
I don't know.
We'll see. We'll put it to a vote as we do everything.
Let's put them in the time capsule and dig them up later.
Hey, that ain't a bad idea.
That's crazy. All right.
Yeah, right now all we've got in the time capsule is a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, which I don't think is really like era specific.
Wait,
I put a green
guys,
M&M in there too.
guys, I gotta tell you something.
What?
We don't have a green M&M or a PB&J in the time capsule anymore.
You ate the PB?
I wasn't hungry, but I was bored. You
We gotta
know how
stop
it
putting
goes.
Time capsules off limits, Sam. From now on, time capsules off limits. Anything we put in there, you can't eat it, you can't touch it, you can't listen to it for at least 20 years.
To be at least 20 years, that's tough. To be fair, our time capsule is a cooler. So I got confused and bored.
That's true. It's a small snack igloo cooler.
Maybe next week we should open the time capsule from 1980.
Oh, that could be
That's
fun.
a good. Yeah, I bet there's tons of food in there.
Yeah, I'm getting.
I don't even remember what we put in there.
Me either.
Yeah, me either.
It's been so long, it probably all disintegrated.
Yeah, it's probably no good. Well, Sam, go ahead and go use the bathroom. I guess we can all we'll all. It's time to go. It's fine.
Okay, I feel
Is that how
bad
we
ending on saying I got to go to the bathroom.
No, it's okay. It's time to go.
That's good. Last week was goodbye, but maybe we could say
It's
Time to go.
Todd, big burp.
Sorry.
We're falling apart here.
I think the parasite's back, which is good news for my emotional health, but bad news for my physical health.
Well, I wish the parasite wouldn't walk me to my car. Tell her I said hi.
Yeah, I guess tell her I said hi too.
I'm not telling
Also-
my parasite you two both said hi.
Also,
Okay, well, you know what? I'll be fatter without her.
also feeling a little left out with the parasite thing. I mean, if the parasite wants to come over
The
to
parasite,
my
I
hotel room,
saw her
would
hold
love
up her
to hang.
finger to you and wag it no.
yeah, she matumboed me.
Howard, let's be honest. You're never going to have a parasite.
Now that's funny that you should say that.
You couldn't get a parasite if you tried, Howard. You have no
Oh yeah.
game.
Guess what? I'm gonna drink the water this week.
Oh,
You need
I'd
to go
love see you
sit
try.
naked on the beach and put your butthole on the sand and see if you can get a parasite. I doubt
I bet you can't. You couldn't get a parasite if it bit you in the ass.
Well, we'll see next week, won't we? I guarantee you, I will come
next
in
week
and I
to
will.
see if
have
Howard
a
lands a parasite.
All right. Well,
All right, I love you guys, but I really do have to go poo-poo and pee-pee.
Okay. And that's it.
Then
Goodbye.
that's it.
Class is out and the coffee's on. I got a couple things on my chest. Yeah, I got to get off. So cut me some slack. Pour me a cup of that joe. Welcome to the Teacher's Lounge. Let's wrap it up and hit the road.
If you enjoyed the Teacher's Lounge, make sure to check out their bonus mini episodes available on Stitcher Premium. Just go to stitcherpremium.com/teacher and use the promo code TEACHER for your first month free. Also, the guys would like to thank Casey Trela, who made the incredible theme song for the show. You can check out his music at Casey Trela, that's Trela on Twitter. Finally, the Teacher's Lounge has a lot of great merch available. Just go to podswag.com/teacher and see for yourself. Thanks for listening.